Academic and Events Overview. With Coursedog's academic and event scheduling solution, administrators get a comprehensive, integrated platform that boosts efficiencies and ensures every student has the courses they need to complete their studies on time. This integrated approach empowers registrars, academic department schedulers, academic affairs leadership, academic department leadership, and anyone involved with scheduling rooms and events on campus to execute student-centric, cost-efficient schedules. By streamlining and modernizing the scheduling approach at your institution, you'll be able to retain more students, give students access to the courses they need each semester, and create an academically accessible campus culture that inspires students to return term over term. Schedule for on-time completions. Prevent basic errors and bottlenecks that impact completion rates with actionable, predictive data so you know what courses to offer and when students complete their studies on time. Optimize your resources. Gain a better understanding of how you are using your space and instructional resources on campus and use that intel to reduce financial waste and instructional costs. Let's have a look at the core functionalities inside this end-to-end academic and event scheduling solution. On the scheduling homepage, on the top you will always see a timeline for your scheduling process, informing you which phase you're in. These phases are fully configurable based on your institution's specific process. Over on the left here, you can click into the different areas of the platform, starting with requests. Registrars can easily manage requests to add or change a course through the Requests dashboard. Instead of tracking change requests with paper forms, email chains, and other manual processes, registrars can review and approve or deny requests for things such as a course with a non-standard meeting pattern or a course that requires an exception to a rule. Registrars and department schedulers can view and edit details about individual sections for the upcoming term, as well as easily add a new section if needed. We will come back to this more later in the walkthrough. Registrars, deans, or chairs, and other department schedulers can also gather instructor preferences via preference forms to make it easier for schedulers to find the right fit for instructors and when and where they'll teach the course. The forms are easy to customize and send out to you faculty. Coursedog will take this information into account when suggesting rooms and times to schedule courses. We will see this in action later on this walkthrough. Academic leadership and registrars can understand scheduling patterns and data with visual graphs and actionable reporting tools. You'll find a variety of reports that will aid decisions about your schedule as well as make data-informed decisions about future terms. For example, the hourly distribution report makes it easy to see if you are offering too many classes at certain times. This bundling of your schedule can make it difficult for students to take all the classes they need in a given term. These reports mean you can see at a single glance how your course schedule is distributed and create scheduling rules to ensure the next term is more balanced. If we jump down a bit here on the left to Rules, we can see how you can set up and enforce those rules. You can create any other custom rules that you need in order to ensure your scheduling policies are enforced throughout the scheduling process. For example, you can create a rule to prevent double-booked rooms and even rooms double-booked with events to display a warning for schedulers to see and adjust. With meeting pattern rules, you can determine what percentage of course sections can be scheduled during the times you define as peak hours. This means that as schedulers are adding or editing a section, if they break this rule, the real-time rules validation process will immediately display a warning symbol, giving the scheduler the chance to correct the schedule. If we jump back up to relationships, this is another way you can streamline the scheduling process and create a more accurate, efficient schedule. On the relationship page, you can create section relationships, such as linked sections, to define time relationships between course sections. For example, two sections can have a non-overlapping relationship, which means they cannot be scheduled during overlapping meeting times. or a cross-listing relationship where typically have students register for different sections, but they share a room and an instructor. The last element used in creating a more streamlined, efficient scheduling process is within rooms and buildings. And you can decide if you'd like to use Coursedog or your student information system as the source of truth. You can set up your rooms with all of the relevant information for both academic and non-academic events that may be held in that room. For example, you can see room attributes, the capacity of the room, features, and more. You can also set up your buildings and block out times for that building as needed. Setting up things such as the rules, instructor preferences, and rooms means your schedulers are empowered throughout the scheduling process to make the most optimal decision. Let's look at some examples of how these pieces of information come into play during the scheduling process. If a course section is breaking a rule, a message will appear to inform the scheduler of what needs to be rectified in order for the schedule to be validated. For faculty preference information, schedulers will see a percentage of preference fit for their selected instructor, as well as whether that instructor has a conflict during that instructional time, so they are empowered to pick the best option. Schedulers will also see information such as capacity and preference fit when assigning a room based on the information you put in about each room, so you or your schedulers can be sure ideal rooms are being assigned to each section. Not only does Coursedog help streamline and optimize your academic scheduling, another benefit of having an integrated academic and events platform is that you have a single source of truth for your campus for things like those rooms and their attributes, and also a master academic and event calendar. It also means that the user interface for scheduling anything on campus is going to be the same, so it's easier to get user adoption across campus. On the Events dashboard, you can request and check on events easily in-app or through the easily branded Public Events website. You can see over here that there are some tabs that are the same, but a few new ones as well. Under Organizations, you can set up organization profiles for departments such as Alumni Affairs or Athletics who tend to hold events on campus. This allows them to easily track and own events related to their organization. Create various resources, such as items related to catering requests, so that event request forms can capture those fields as well. This integration with academic and non-academic events makes it possible to see a master calendar of every meeting that is held on campus, whether it is a class or a public-facing event. You can set up different event types and their corresponding forms, resource requirements, and approval workflows. And new events can be requested directly from the Coursedog platform for users with role-based access, or from a public events website that you can customize to match your institution's website and brand. Based on the type of event requested and the corresponding form and workflow you've designated, the requester will provide essential details needed for the event approvers to review the request. This integrated academic and event scheduling solution means that booking a room for an event or a class, registrars and other schedulers, including students scheduling an event, are not going to run into issues with double booking because the platform holds all of that information in one place. Execute student-centric, cost-efficient schedules with Coursedog, Higher Ed's best friend.